had a top Amazon executive refusing to shoot down rumors of a reboot of The Apprentice. The company's head of unscripted shows telling Dateline today that it's, quote, not an active development, choosing to remain a bit coy after the Wall Street Journal reported that the Jeff Bezos-founded company is looking to bring back the reality program, and not just to bring it back with Trump as the host, specifically Donald Trump Jr. Out front now, Omarosa, otherwise known as Omarosa Manigault Newman, former Apprentice contestant, former senior advisor to President Trump, and also the author of Unhinged, an insider's account of the Trump White House. So, Omarosa, I really appreciate your time. You know, when you saw this, I wonder what your reaction was. I mean, you competed on 3 seasons of The Apprentice and The Celebrity Apprentice.
3 seasons.
You know him. You know the family, all of them. What do you think of it possibly coming back with Don Jr. at the helm?
Well, first of all, glad to be back with you always. I have to tell you that I'm not surprised about the talk of resurrecting The Apprentice because it was a really good show. I'm surprised that they're considering Don Jr. as the host. That was the most surprising aspect of the story.
And let's just talk about why, but I'll give everyone some context here. That you sat in numerous boardrooms with the Trump family, including Don Jr., okay? Let me just play part of that.
Omarosa, in Apprentice 1, I remember you selling lemonade. And I remember the women crushed the men because sex sells. You have one of the most beautiful athletes ever, a Playboy centerfold, and one of the best supermodels of all time.
You'll remember from the first season that we were heavily criticized for using our sex and not using our brains. So I learned that lesson from the first season, and I balanced that with what my marketing team wanted to implement in this particular task.
But they killed you, Omarosa.
So I mean, that is a very young Don Jr. and a much younger Donald Trump himself there. But when you say you were so surprised about Don Jr., okay, how come? I mean, you know, obviously people are saying, well, this is giving him a platform to advance what is widely seen as his bigger political ambitions.
Because, Aaron, the reason The Apprentice worked and it was so successful is because Donald Trump was a businessman who had all these different avenues, from his golf courses to his hotels. I mean, what will Don Jr. talk about in terms of his business successes? Of course, he's worked for his father, but I don't know that he's had his own individual success. Now, there is someone from the Trump family that I think could be successful, and that is Trump. I sat in the boardroom with her season after season, episode after episode, and she has a different level of charisma, and she has good business acumen. She's had her clothing line, her jewelry line, her Planet Harvest that she's working on now. She has lots of business successes, and she's really sharp in the boardroom. Between the two of them, I would choose Ivanka as the host if this show actually came back to you.
I guess if you're going to do The Apprentice, it's so associated with the Trump, perhaps that's what to do. But it is obviously so political to bring any of them, right? I mean, you're picking a certain audience. But the president loves to talk, as you know, Omarosa, about the ratings and the accolades of the shows he's appeared on. But The Apprentice first among them. 14-season run. Every time it comes up, he talks about that. Okay. Then yesterday he was asked about this news. What do you think about Don Jr. taking over hosting the show? And I just wanted to play for you so you could hear what he said and how he said it, Omarosa.
He's a good guy. He'd probably good. He's got a little charisma going. You need a little charisma for that soccer.
Interesting he brings up charisma, but no, it wasn't. It didn't seem that way, did it?
No, but if you ask him about Ivanka, I guarantee you his reaction will be quite different. And he could also go outside of the Trump family. I mean, a little known fact, Ron DeSantis once tried out for The Apprentice. You know, he's going to be out of a job soon. Maybe he could be considered for host. There's so many other dynamic folks who could take on this hosting role and deliver the numbers, the ratings that you need to carry a franchise like this.